This is Joey Ryan, and you're watching Think Wrestling.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Think Wrestling. My name is Tom. Before I start, I'm going to take everything out of my pockets, put them on silent, because I'm so planned for this. You see?
We'll see.
Alright, that's on silent. Good. Alright, that's one thing down. I'm here with Maddog Mike Angus, at last.
Great to see you, my mate. How you getting on?
I'm fucking exhausted. My arse hurts.
What have you been doing?
I won't go into detail about it. But yeah, we've been trying to get this arranged for a very bloody long time now, haven't we?
It's certainly true, yeah. Now, anytime you're here at Wrestle Island, obviously I'm normally in the ring announcing, so to catch you before the show, you know, it's a great job that you've made yourself up.
This is nothing more of a miracle, frankly, what we've done
here. It really is.
Yeah.
To get set up in Rock Ferry on the Wirral at this time in the morning on a Sunday, you know, you've smashed it, and just shows testament to the hard work you put into your shows.
Considering I woke up late, I set off late. I woke up late because even though my alarm did go off, I was lazy. I thought, 5 more minutes, and then obviously I fell asleep. Half an hour, I thought, shit, I need to get up now.
Pit stop as well
for food and a piss. Yeah, so I got here half an hour later than I meant to. So the doors open in 10 minutes, but we still got out till the show starts. So
yeah, we've smashed it.
Fucking amazed that I managed to do this,
mate. I'm so glad we got a chance to sit down and have a little catch up. Yeah, we're ready to rock for the show. I know exactly what I'm doing for today's show. I think we've got a Rumble coming up today, so it's always going to be a fun show when you've got the Rumble on there.
Oh God!
So in the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes, I think you're going to find about 50 wrestlers making their way into this room to get changed as we're trying to do this interview.
Yeah, actually, I will point out as well, as per usual with Wrestle Island, we are in a odd location again. I remember last time I was here, I was in the back of a kitchen. Time for that, I think I was outside. No, I wasn't. No, but I was in like another bar area. So there will be background noise. Here comes a Pope.
What have you come dressed as today,
oh my
Mr.
God.
Pope? At least there's no bandages or broken arms today, as he made it safely to the show.
Oh God.
He's ready to count the zebras in the house. Oh no, Pope. You cursed? Hey, you live, you know? I don't care.
Oh my God, so
this is what I love about your interviews, Tom.
Yeah.
They just can take any tangent, anything can happen.
Oh yeah, especially
now we know Pope's got new pants. It's all good, you know.
This happens more often than anywhere at Wrestle Island, literally.
Yeah.
I do interviews everywhere, as you well know. You know, anywhere I can do them, I will do them. Wrestle Island is the most chaotic by a mile.
Yeah.
Literally, even my most organised one, which was with Hannah Taylor last year, I still had a couple of people walking in on that one. So
that's it.
You know.
I know I've certainly gate crashed a fair few.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
I hung over that balcony when we were in Wallasey when you were doing the one.
I can't remember when that one was.
I think it was Dan and was it Dan and Alexis you were in?
That was when we were. Yeah, that was when I primarily started off with Jade, I think, and then she tagged out, Alex tagged in, and then Dan sort of was in and out.
Invaded.
Yeah, no, and then it was Dan, Natalie, and Charlie were sort of invading and pulling out midway through. So I wouldn't trade it for the world, though. To be fair, it's what makes these interviews
exactly
unique. I'll say
definitely that's it.
That is, yeah. Anyway. So we'll get on to some wrestling, because God knows we won't get a whole lot of that done in this one.
Let's go for it. You quiz me, man.
Quiz you? Oh, you shouldn't have said that, mate.
Well, I'll tell you then. I've had a busy week. We've had last weekend we had TNT Ignition Breakout. So that was in Fusion nightclub in Liverpool.
Yeah.
A sellout, family-friendly show that we had there for
nice.
TNT.
Yeah.
And as it was, we were going to see it again today at Wrestle Island, but it came down to Cameron Solis and Scott Oberman in the gauntlet match.
Yeah.
So obviously their feud has built to just immense proportions. It's not just Wrestle Island now; it's engulfing the whole of the northwest of England.
Pretty much is. Yeah. Their hate for each other is pretty well known. I'd say that most of wrestling, like even my local, well, promotions near me, 'cause I've got no local promotion because I'm unfortunate like that. But even promotions nearer my end know about the Cameron and Scott Overman feud. It is everywhere. It is a next generation Rock and Steve Austin.
Exactly, they're getting there, and this one today that they're going to have at Wrestle Island is going to be a huge matchup. So I can't wait to see that today. And then Thursday this week we had TNT Extreme Merseyside Massacre for the over 18s crowd.
Oh yeah,
that went brilliantly, and that was in Hangar 34 in Liverpool. Great show. Davey Starr, our TNT Extreme champion, held on to his title against Eddie Kingston in a classic in the main event.
Yeah.
And I was very happy that I nailed my David Starr introduction at that show. Absolutely fluid, and threw in the current reigning and defending TNT Extreme.
I don't know how you managed that.
World
He's got
champion,
the most difficult introduction in wrestling, full stop.
Should we do it now? Have we got time?
If you can remember, go ahead. I'm not even going to try because I won't mess it up.
He is the cream in your coffee. Your favourite wrestler's favourite wrestler. The Jewish canon. The physical embodiment of charisma. The most entertaining man in professional wrestling. The Bernie Sanders of professional wrestling. The best of the best. Mr. American Rana. Davey Wrestling. The 104-minute man. There we go, everyone's piling in now. The main event. He's really good at Twitter. He is the king of taunts. The product, David Starr.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. That has made my day.
It took me months to learn that.
I'm not fucking surprised.
First couple of shows I did it, I was really, I got it so close. One time I missed out, he's really good at Twitter. And somebody in the crowd was like, Twitter! I was like, what is this person shouting at me?
Oh my god.
Obviously didn't include his championship reign there, but yeah.
I'll tell you what, I can barely remember my phone number at the best of times. I don't know how you remember that. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it took a while. My son can recite it as well now. He's heard me practicing that many times. But yeah, if you're gonna do ring announcing, you might as well smash it,
Yeah.
So I sort of try and make sure we get the best announcements for everyone who I'm ring announcing for. So that's my sort of main aim.
Yeah.
And if I can learn it without cards, I try not to use...
Yeah, I was going to say, because that was that you didn't read anything out there. That was by memory, which to me is fucking amazing.
That's what I'm here for. Maddog, book me.
You know what? I've seen some pretty duff ring announcers in my time who just don't look like they're getting into it. And then there's you, who's doing David Starr without the cue cards.
That's it.
I mean,
that's what I'm
here for. I quit life. I quit. There's
You've got this, mate. You've got this. You can do this.
I mean, you've done that. What have I got to aim for now?
You're going to have learned it for the next show anyway, especially when you get Dave on with you.
If you really think I'm going to learn David Starr's intro, you're out of your fucking mind, mate, I'm telling you now.
Next time I'm on this show with you, I'm going to test you. Anytime you're backstage at Wrestle Island and I get a chance to pop up and see, I'm just going to be like, David Starr,
this will be my last time at Wrestle Island ever. Oh my god. This is going to consume my entire life now. I'm going to go home and I'm going to sit there and I'm going to rehearse it. This won't be up now for another good few weeks. I'm going to sit there, forget all this, and just sit there, reading it over and trying to memorise it, and it won't work.
You've learnt it by then. You'll be sound. You've got this.
No, I won't.
Just keep practicing. I was chatting to Shay, the ring announcer for Blank Canvas Wrestling the other week, and he's a stand-up comedian, great guy, and he had to do Davey Starr on his first show.
Oh my god! So I thought you were in the deep end, bloody hell!
So I hadn't met him prior to it, but he'd added me on Instagram, and I'd seen him practicing. So and he was at TNT on Thursday, so I made sure to give him a little wink in the audience at the end of that one.
Oh my god.
It's always good when you...
I mean, that is throw you into the deep end and then some.
That's it.
Your first show, ring announcing, and you have to do David Starr. I mean, there are rare wrestlers with some long intros. I know the Electoral Experience has got the whole like streamlined, aerodynamic, beard absorbing tactical thing, and then there's someone first show being chucked in. Right, you do David Starr. Oh, okay, shit.
You'd think, it's just the name, the weight, the height, or whatever you need to throw in.
Yeah.
And then you get the cards, and you're just like what?
Well, I like, there's more. Wait, how many fucking are these?
There's even ones he's had which are sort of like vaulted now as well. Like the circumcised saviour he doesn't like to use anymore. But
So I would imagine there's a good few variations of his nickname that he sort of recycled and thrown out over the years.
That's it.
He's had so, I don't know how you memorise that, because it's a case of every time he adds a new one in as well. You got to relearn the entire thing basically.
That was his classic one I did then. He's got what else do we have at TNT now? We throw in the he's independent.
Oh yeah.
And also obviously he's the champ at the moment, so
yeah.
Current reigning and defending TNT world champion. But yeah, no, it's great working with him, great talent, and there's a few people, the independent thing. Eddie Kingston made a little speech at the end of our show on Thursday night, which I thought was quite touching, because he sort of put his own spin on what independent meant to him, and he just said, it's just, you're standing up for your own beliefs and what you believe in, which I thought was, a couple of people sort of look at it as, I've said it's a way of selling T-shirts and stuff, but I think he really is trying to do something, valiant really, and good on the guy, if he can help out even a couple of people, it's, good on him.
Exactly, yeah, and the thing is, wrestling is that it's become such a big blur at this point, isn't it? Where there's so many people, I find that a lot of people are one of two extremes. You're either hell-bent on making it to WWE or EAW.
It's in the game.
No, that's EA Sports in the game, not EAW. Or New Japan. All those people who refuse any type of contract at all and hate that sort of thing. So it gets to be a bit messy, I find.
Yeah, I think the good thing is, I think his intentions are in the right place.
Yeah.
And he is a great wrestler, a great technical wrestler. Having been able to watch him at TNT, he is, I mentioned the other day, he is like the second coming of Bret Hart. He is an excellence of execution.
Yeah.
And what he does in the ring, the stories he can tell, is just immense. And that, that's at the end of the day, that's what it's all about.
Exactly.
The wrestling and the storytelling.
Yeah.
And, if he's trying to help people out as well at the same time, then,
that makes it all the more better to be in contact with, basically. And obviously I've been to a fair few shows now.
One or two.
just a few here and there, betting's a hobby in my spare time, and I've seen so many people forget the entire storyline thing and are hell bent on doing as many spotty things as they can. And I love a spot. Spots to say, I don't know, like a cane slide off the top rope. I love that, but I love the fact that he knows you need a story as well, and he's got that in with the excellence of execution, if you like. Yeah. And on top of that, he's helping other guys get into it as well and find their feet as well. I think that's pretty spectacular.
Yeah, I think him moving over to the UK was a huge thing, and they say British indie wrestling's dead, because they're sort of a big upheaval, and a lot of the guys want to be. But with people like David Starr and Eddie Kingston appearing over here, you can see that there's more and more young wrestlers coming through each month, and the scene's not dead at all.
British wrestling is not dead. It is in a state where it's fluctuating, it's changing, but it changes. Wrestling changes. That's just what happens. It's never, there are people leaving British wrestling to go to WWE. The people leaving WWE to come back to British wrestling.
Exactly.
It changes, and I can see both sides of the argument. I can see how people, because I'm not a fan of WWE, but I'm never going to say they're killing wrestling, because they're not. That's ridiculous. But exactly. I can see how
it's
some
the
people,
grandest stage of them all, isn't
exactly,
it?
So, yeah. But I can see how some people would sort of look at them and think, oh, they're big, they're just throwing money at people to take away from us. I can see that side of the argument. I don't agree with it, but I can see it. Yeah. Anyway, so we'll move on to so I'll talk a bit more about you now, as opposed to
British
wrestling. Since it's your intro, we are
British wrestling's in a good place.
It is. I mean, to be honest, we could talk about it all day, but there's too much.
Oh yeah,
there's too much to go about it.
Yeah,
so
I could run through since the beginning of this year. I've done all sorts of stuff. I did commentary at Koala Slam.
Oh yeah.
So we were obviously raising money for the Port Macquarie, animal hospital in Australia. So we did that with obviously Lucy and Tal Banham organised that.
Yeah.
So big shout out to those guys. Great effort, raised over £2,000 for that.
That's amazing.
So that was a great start to the year for me.
Yeah.
Popped up to Rise for the Rumble. Always try and keep an eye on Rise, see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, Danny O'Doherty's running a tight ship up there, and it's it is one of the maddest shows I've ever been to for sure.
Yeah.
And that's where I went to university as well, right by
Oh,
there.
yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
I was at Leeds University, studied biology. So where they run their shows is literally 2 minutes from where I used to live. So
that's handy.
something- pop back and visit some old friends whilst I get to go to a wrestling show. So,
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that is a win.
Exactly.
Wins all around.
And then I've been busy. Been up to Chorley for LWF, Lancashire Wrestling Federation, with Steve Bibby runs that up there, and he's got the LWF Training Academy up there. So there's more and more talented young guys coming out of there each week as well. Davey Getsky. Carl Clinch is the head trainer there. Nick Cutter's looking really good. You know, there's tag team synergy who are doing really well around Manchester area. Them guys are looking like a decent team to bring in to if you're in the northwest of England, they're someone to watch out for. Very reminiscent of the American males. If you know WCW, Bagwell and Scotty Riggs there. Yeah,
like that was obviously before my time. But that being said, I do research, so I do know of them. Yeah.
That theme song though was something else. Are you familiar with that at all? It's something you need to listen to.
I guarantee you.
If you haven't got it on your playlist, you need to have a good listen
to
that song.
I guarantee you, I've heard it, I just don't know that I've heard it. Because to be fair, I've heard most themes in wrestling, and half of them I forget that I've heard.
Once you've heard the American Males theme tune, you'll never be able to forget it. Check it out later, honestly.
So it's either really, really good or really, really ridiculous.
Special it is.
Special. That leaves a lot to the imagination.
That's it. That's what I want to see. Synergy making an entrance somewhere with that theme music.
Yeah.
The guys will. I think they'll appreciate that. They were grown in Globo Gym, so as long as they, if they come out to that would literally, that would be the best. That would be the icing on the cake for me, really. So. Yeah,
you know what? You just saying all that, you are pretty much a walking encyclopedia of wrestling.
I do my best. You know what I like to do? I like to. Obviously, wrestling has been like a passion for my whole life.
Yeah.
I've been a fan since I was younger, so. And then I was lucky enough to start working with TNT in 2015 it was. So, but before that, I used to go to shows all over the world, basically. Yeah. I've always been a big fan and everything. So I've been to WrestleMania 23 in Detroit.
Oh my God.
28 in Miami. I've been to, all the shows that used to come over. I went to Insurrection in 2003. That was one of my favourite shows. That was on my the day before my 18th birthday. I went to that show. I literally went up to Newcastle. I just saw the tickets online. I thought, I'm going to that because I saw that Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold were on the show, Chris Jericho. I thought, I'm going to that. So bought the tickets, went up to Newcastle, didn't have any idea how I was going to get home. I just assumed there would be a train back to Liverpool at midnight.
Yeah.
My dad had to come to Newcastle at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my God.
Actually, on my 18th birthday, and pick me up from Newcastle. Because I was not organised at that time.
Oh my God.
And at about 3 o'clock in the morning, we went to the Angel of the North, and I stood on its feet on my 18th birthday. Just for, gotta go and see
that is amazing.
Gotta go and see that. And then I had, so I was off for my birthday, and on the Monday I had some sort of geography A-level exam.
Yeah.
Coasts and erosion or something. I got 100% on it.
That is fucking amazing. Oh my God. You know what as well makes me jealous is that you've been to more than the only non-indie show that I've been to is NXT UK when they came here for the very first time in 2014.
Yeah.
And that was at their Nottingham show, I think it was. That's the only non-indie show that I've been to. To be fair, I've never had a massive urge to, because I'd rather spend 20 quid here, see my favourite wrestler who I'm also friends with, as opposed to spending 100 quid to go to WWE. No doubt, the production quality is through the roof because it's proper TV grade stuff there. But it's sort of like I always feel like WWE, and again, I'm not. You can love or hate whatever you want. But my personal opinion is that they always feel like they're on another planet. So it's always a bit like you're sort of there and just like looking up there to just sort of this thing that you can't get to.
It's just another level. But I find I go to quite a lot of the shows either through people like guesting me tickets or whatever, or even more randomly, last year I won a competition on Facebook from Smith's Toys to go to the Liverpool Echo Arena show with my son. So you know, if I got tickets, I'll go. You know,
well, win-win there.
Yeah, I went to. I try and get to as much stuff as I can, especially if friends are wrestling on the shows. You know, and people I support. I'll obviously try and get down as much as I can. So I did 5-star wrestling last year. That was. I know they had a bit of a nightmare behind the scenes or whatever, but I still went to the show in Liverpool and had a great time. Yeah. My son had his Rey Mysterio mask on for that show and got to touch heads with Rey as he came out on the aisle. So, you know, just little things like that, special to, you know, your family and stuff. And it's, you know, getting to go to wrestling shows, it's great. You know, I enjoy it.
It is, yeah. It's a completely different world as well, isn't it? Because, like I know, it's like the amount I've lost count of how many times I've been asked, why do you watch that you know, why do that sort of thing, and it's like, well, the same reason you watch EastEnders, it's to get away from stuff.
Some people just can't understand the art of professional wrestling, and even people who work in wrestling, some people can't understand it.
You know what? You're not even wrong though.
There's people, you know, I've watched it, studied it. My DVD collection is just. You know, it's coming through the roof because it's, you know, it's insane. Yeah. I've got collectibles there. I've got all sorts of stuff. It has been, you know, my hobby for life. You know, so I've got, you know, WWE magazine. Keith Elliott Greenberg was the reporter for that, and I read every single. You know, I'm a geek. You know, I read every single word that was written in their magazines, and then this week. Got added on Facebook by him. I was just like, boom, there you go. Jobs are good.
I mean, you made it.
So the guy who's reported on all these stories that I've read since I was 9 in the magazine. You know, friends on Facebook now. So.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant. You know what? It's a shame now. Like my wrestling collection used to be. Like generally, like it used to be big to the point that I couldn't walk into my room. Like it got to the point that I turned my room into a maze. It literally, I had to carve a path out of the stuff that I had in there, and heartbreakingly, I had to do a massive clear out and get rid of most of it. Oh no! So I had no room. But to be fair, I've kept the stuff that I refuse to part with. No, so like I've kept there was like. All of my science stuff I keep. Obviously, never going to get rid of that ever. I've got signed T-shirts that I've kept. I've got a second-hand T-shirt used by someone when they threw it out into the crowd. I've kept that, obviously. So there are some things that you just don't. But think like I used to have almost every single wrestling pop vinyl made, and then I just went and just threw them all out. Oh
no! I'm sure you could have got an absolute mint for them. My collection is just silly. I've got stuff like WWF candy stick boxes, all of them. You know, the original like Hasbro and Mattel figures. Sticker albums, cards, full sets of cards. All the 1992 SummerSlam sets of cards, the full sets of all of them. Magazines, you know, figures, sticker books, belts. My son's bedroom is filled with all the foam fingers from when we've been to like shows when he was little and stuff. You know, just loads.
You know what? The things that I have kept and I will not ever get rid of is I'm a monthly subscriber to Wrestle Crate, and literally every single collectible thing in there, you know, where, you know,
Matt, can we give us a quick song?
Tonsillitis.
You're joking.
I know this could be a career-ending injury.
Oh no!
Opera Mania in his house.
So I've got like every collectible you get in the Wrestle because they're one of those things where. Like, where else are you going to get a bobblehead of Damien Dunn? You know,
well, exactly.
Why on earth why would I throw that out? Come on, I mean,
some of the Wrestle Crate stuff I've seen is absolutely awesome. I've not subscribed personally, but I really like the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith T-shirt that they released. So I purchased that separately. You know, if I had the Wrestle Crate subscription, I would have just got it. So maybe be something to think of for the future for sure.
Oh, I would absolutely go for it. Like I did, like. Annoyingly, a few last year, for most of last year, I had to cancel my thing there because I was I was really stupid because I spent more money on tattoos than I could afford. So, so it meant.
Drill, how are you, mate?
Alright,
Great
bro.
to see you. That was one of the best throws of a kit bag into the changing room I've ever seen.
It
Well
was
done.
one of the best worst throws, I think you mean.
That was
Guys, don't listen to it.
some good distance. We'll have to get him an anvil for the next show. To start calling the new anvil.
God.
That's class. But yeah, so what tattoos have you got then?
Oh, okay. So, so that was my very first one. Obviously, defending new wrestling.
Yeah, of course.
Those of you who can't see, I'll
Show him.
Yeah, that was my first one. If you can see that, the defending new wrestling logo. Because obviously, indie wrestling is my passion in life.
Yeah.
That was my first one, and then that's all that work there. I got that because I looked at my arm and thought it looks just so bare. So I thought, so literally, right. I literally walked up to my tattoo artist and just said, "Do stuff." Basically,
Do stuff.
Because the thing is, I would trust him to tattoo me blindfolded. That's how much faith I've got in this guy. He's
Yeah.
amazing. So I literally went up to the guy, I literally just said, like, draw on me, basically.
And he's filled it up for you. It's looking
And
good
he
though, yeah?
did that, and I'm going, and I've got an appointment booked in for 8th of next month to get all the rest of that filled in, like proper sleeve as well.
Awesome.
I don't know why. He asked me, and I still regret this to this day. When I went in there to make the deposit for the tattoo, he asked me, "Do you want me to go over the elbow because I can avoid it because I can do it to make it sort of two tattoos and merge into one."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, go over the elbow." For some stupid reason, the most painful part of to get tattooed, and I said, "Nah, I'll be fine. No, I won't. I'll be there. I'll be there kicking and screaming."
Yeah, that's it, yeah. You gotta get that pain threshold and beat it, my friend.
Oh,
I haven't got any tattoos randomly, but a lot of people have said to me, "I'm surprised you haven't got any tattoos." But there's just nothing that has,
Yeah.
you know, there's a lot of things that I'm passionate about, but there's nothing that's really struck me as something I really, you know, want a tattoo of. Because
Yeah.
I'm sort of one of them people who would want something horrible tattooed on me, you know, like a skull, you know,
Oh,
like a
yeah.
skull, you know, a barbed wire death match, or you know,
Yeah.
something like that, a light tube getting smashed on someone's head, or something extremely
well,
violent like that.
you know
which
what?
you just can't get away with having tattoos of that sort of thing, unfortunately. So,
You know what? There are like if you explain the context of it, I mean, obviously, if you said, "Oh, give me a tattoo of someone being stabbed with an ice pick," they probably wouldn't be too keen on that. Hello.
I
But
wouldn't go for that.
really? Why not? But if
Crazy mofo.
I am insane. Oh, and then I've got that one there. Obviously,
Says me with my notepad with "dead or alive" written on the front of it.
then
Back of it, gnarly bastards.
of course, the clothing brand is known by Craig West, is it?
That's right, yeah, Craig. Some of the stuff he's releasing at the moment's absolutely awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I've been petitioning him to do a purple one, but he hates the colour purple.
Oh, God.
But yeah, I really like the one with his that he's just done, which was "Get me the F off this planet." And I said, and he's done a red variant and a blue variant, and I said, "I'll do a purple one, I'll buy it." If he's like, "I can print 20 of them for £1,000 for you," I was like, "No, Craig, that's not what I'm asking." I literally want you to release it. I said to him as well, "You need to do one with instead of the little, he's got like a little sketchy face inside the gnarly bastard's helmet."
Yeah.
And I said, "No, I just want my little head in there as if I'm leading the plan." He's like, "I'm not doing that,
You
man."
know what you should get for your first tattoo too, right? Is that face tattooed on your neck?
His design. I'll get his design on my arm, but with my face on it. You're not going to make me the t-shirt. I'll get it tattooed on my arm.
Oh, that's amazing. You know what though? I'm sure you don't need me to tell you what that one is, do you?
Oh, rock on.
I'm sure. No, not rock on.
What is it? Was that one? Wolfpack.
Yeah, I've got the thing there as well. But which is just a really stupid thing I got. You know, 'cause I liked
Simpsons
it.
one and the NWO. You're a
Exactly,
big fan of New World Order, yeah?
I am, yeah, obviously.
When I watched it originally, I was always a DX fan, so
Yeah.
But I caught quite a bit of WCW as well, but it wasn't shown as frequently on TV. That's around that
Yeah.
sort of time I found. So I sort of saw bits of it, but it wasn't until later on that I caught up with the whole storyline, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, I appreciate it for what it was. Obviously, I've met a few of the guys as well.
Oh yeah.
Interesting Scott Hall story, if you want.
I'll go for it. Yeah, I will. It is.
So Scott came to TNT Ignition last year to watch the show, and Cody Hall, who's a great wrestler, just breaking out on the scene and everything. He was there to come and catch up with his dad. And at the end of the night, I was helping. Scott was heading back to his hotel, and I said to him, "Are you coming to the after party, Scott?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Do you know where the after party is?" And I said, "Oh no, I think it's at the so and so." And he goes, "No, it's right here, Chico."
Oh, that's amazing.
I was like, "Thanks, Scott."
You know what, then? You can consider your life to be complete. You had Scott Hall do the DX chop at you.
Yeah.
That is winning. I mean, you've essentially, you can quit wrestling. You've completed life, basically.
I've got a lot more yet to do, my friend.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah, but no, he was great. It was great to see him there, and also I worked with him at For the Love of Wrestling last year. So obviously the second For the Love of Wrestling's coming up by Monopoly Events this year. So and Wrestling Travel are the sponsors for that as well. So I believe I'll be working alongside them to doing like interviews and things like we did last year at that. So last year my sort of role at that was to sort of capture the talent briefly to just catch them up for a little interview, couple of photos for Wrestling Travel, and it went brilliantly. We had Ric Flair, Christian, all the greats who were there came, and we got some interviews with them and everything, and it was it was just a great thing to be a part of. So looking forward to this year's one as well.
God, that was amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome, and also for that weekend we had TNT Super Extreme this year. We're doing a weekend over the same weekend, so. I'll be pulling double duty probably that weekend.
Oh my god!
So it'll be a busy one. I'll probably have to live in Liverpool for the weekend for sure. And
that sounds like the dream, though.
Great. Well, last year I had a really great chat to Christian. Christian was at the bar. I ring announced Rob Van Dam in the Pullman Hotel bar.
The whole effing show.
So Rob has always been one of my absolute favourites, and so I did his whole effing introduction in the Pullman bar. So for everybody, I said to him, Rob, I don't know if I'm ever going to get a chance to announce you on a show. Would it be okay to do it in the bar now after we've had a few drinks?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, go for it, man.
Oh my god.
So if you want to check out that video, it's on the Maddog Angus Facebook page, I believe.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
So it was, that was great to do that. And then we had a bottle of wine with Christian, so he was a good laugh. And $1 Million Man was there.
Oh my god!
So all the gang were there.
I'm so jealous of you.
I did get in trouble with Sid because I said to Sid, "Oh, we should go to the after show party," and he said, "Yeah, sure, everyone going." And then as it was, I ended up stuck at the hotel looking after a couple of people who were there for the show. Yeah. And then it wasn't until the next day I saw Sid, and he says, "I was at the after show party. I didn't see you." I was like, "Oh, sorry." He said, "Yeah, I ended up staying at the hotel." And he goes, "Had to look after Maury Giannetti last night."
Oh my god.
Sorry, Sid. And Marty he'd hurt his ankles, obviously, Marty, but he was in, he was top banter at the For the Love of Wrestling last year as well. So I know Kieran Moran got to interview him and Bruce the Barber Beefcake in an interview, which was really interesting, really different one. Yeah. I think, I believe Lucy Openshaw was involved somehow in that one as well, but it was definitely one to watch back on Fight TV, I'd say. Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous of you. Just the amount of experience you've had in this.
I've been so lucky because the times that I've gone to to shows, I went to Detroit to WrestleMania 23, and I managed to meet after the Hall of Fame ceremony. We was in a bar, and I got to sit with Michael P.S. Hayes, the Freebird, and he was just so generous and kind. You meet people and you think, I won't cramp his style when he's just having a meal. I was at the bar, he's at the bar, and he said, "Hey kid, how's it going?" And we just started chatting away, and then ended up buying a bottle of Jack Daniels. What a legend!
Life.
Yeah, so I got to have a chat to him. WrestleMania 28, I was at the after the Hall of Fame that night. I went back to the hotel and went to the bar, and a lot of the guys it was the big show the next day. Yeah. But I looked around, and the person standing next to me at the bar was Sheamus.
Oh my god.
And he's all right, fella. And I said, "Oh, so he's a Liverpool fan." So
yeah.
So
he's obviously he's my favourite in the WWE, just alone for that fact that he supports Liverpool.
Yeah. Well, he'd just literally been to Anfield a couple of weeks before, and I'd seen the video on WWE.com or whatever it was, and said to him, "Oh, I saw your video at Anfield." And he's like, "Oh yeah, I went to Anfield, And then he goes, "Oh hey, Mike, this is my dad. He supports Leeds United." And I said, oh, I used to live in Leeds, you know, and I used to work at Elland Road selling programmes, you know, to go get tickets for the match.
Yeah.
He's like, this is my dad, he supports Leeds United. Come and have a chat to my dad. And then obviously the next day at WrestleMania, he was against Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Which started the yes movement basically, didn't it?
Because
it
did.
It was an 18-second match.
That was the infamous one where he got kicked off AJ Lee and then Bo Cricken, boom, all over like that.
A lot of the fans in that stadium could not get over the fact that it happened in the first match, and the chance for Daniel Bryan for that whole show, and at Raw the next night, right through the whole show, because he didn't appear on Raw the next night. He did the dark match after the show, but just for the whole show, it was just Daniel Bryan takeover, and it was just, it was crazy, you know. So that was the birth of the Yes movement, and then the subsequent death of it a couple of years later when it went all environmental friendly, which is great, but not great for. I'm not a fan of the character. The whole like. You say that, but you know, if one person changes their recycling habits or whatever due to what he's doing, then you know he's obviously made a good effect.
That's fair enough. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. Yeah, I think it's more the fact that the belt was ugly as hell.
Oh, some people love that belt. It was like
I liked the idea of it. I loved I'm always a big fan of the unique belts accustomed to like the custom Stone Cold one and the Rock one, the Bond War one. I love those ones. I love the spinner belt. I didn't love it on anyone else but John Cena, but I love it because it was made custom for him. I love it when they're done specifically for a wrestler.
John Cena's got a new one online this week, hasn't he? Did you see that?
I saw that. That is...
It's a bit garish, that one, I thought.
I looked at that and I just thought, no. Like, I've always wanted a proper WWE replica. Not when I say that, I mean an older one, not with the Winged Eagle ones or the spray paint NWO one. But that one, fuck.
My good friend Matty Fro's got a couple of the belts that he's got a couple of replicas. They're really good quality.
Yeah.
And obviously, if you go to For the Love of Wrestling, there's a guy there. I did meet him briefly last year, and he has sort of every replica belt that's ever been made. He must have the biggest collection in the UK. I'm sure you can find him and tag him in the video. But he's got some great stuff, and I believe he's going to be there again this year. So it should be interesting to see. If you're a fan of the belts, get yourself along to see that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only belt that I've got is that one down there, which is my Think Wrestling Championship. Obviously, still in its case. Do not have. You
should just wear that for interviews, really.
I thought about it, but I think that would get in the way too much because there's me trying to be. They're like, hang on, let me just adjust this in every now and then. I think that'd be a bit too bulky. But tell you what, if you want to wear it for the main of the interview now, then you're more than welcome to.
Well, get it. Yeah, I'll go for that.
Okay, let's get it out then.
I tend to find at a lot of shows when I'm ring announcing that I have to hold the belts anyway for the matches, so I'm normally alright with it. I haven't seen. I think I might have seen this one briefly. Let's have a look.
You might have seen it on my Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, but I don't think you've seen it in person yet.
Who made this for you?
This one made by John I runs JFX.
I love John. Met John a couple of times.
He's class, yeah.
Yeah, no, John's belts are brilliant, and I'm trying to think where I first met John. I've met him a couple of times and his daughter, but he's a nice guy. Yeah, I'll wear that for the rest of another 5 minutes before I go and ring announce this afternoon at Wrestle Island. So I always did plan having a match, but I've still not done it yet. But I've had a couple of injuries and stuff. I trained at All Star Wrestling, and but I'm just not very good gymnastics wise, really, to be honest. And my health hasn't been its best.
I feel you, mate. I feel you.
Yeah, one of these days I'll have a match, I'm sure.
Yeah. You say that. And then there's me, just pausing interview saying I'm pulling muscle in my ass, so, athletic.
Talking about pulling a muscle in your ass is Big Guns Joe just arrived. Great to see you, Joe, how are you?
I'm good, mate,
Awesome.
Anyway, so we won't keep going for much longer, because I know you've got obviously a bit too full of show.
That's it, I'll be ready to rock
and roll. And we're going in about half an hour, so I will wrap this up now. So before we go there, we'll ask you to plug your socials for the people to follow you on both cameras now.
Yeah, no worries. Well,
that one hasn't broken yet.
Maddog Mike Angus on the Facebook and Instagram. You can follow me on there. I will have a Twitter up and running shortly. So
you've not got Twitter yet?
That's the new thing. No, you know what it was?
Oh my God!
I had Facebook.
Get
and
the times, man.
I know. I got my Instagram set up, so I've got like sort of getting towards 800 followers on that, and then I'll get the Twitter set up next. That's what I needed to do next. So. Yeah, just I'll get that set up this year. That's one of my things to do in the next couple of months.
Good stuff.
Got lots of shows coming up. Wrestle Island, obviously.
Yeah.
Britannia Wrestling's going great as well, doing some good shows there.
Yeah.
TNT Ignition and TNT Extreme Wrestling coming up on the. We've got the 5th of March.
Yeah.
Project X in Liverpool, Hangar 34. That's going to be a huge one.
Yeah.
And our next Ignition is March the 15th. So if you can get down to any of them shows, pop in and give us a visit. I'll be about, don't you worry.
Yeah.
keep your eyes peeled.
You know what impressed me most about that? I can barely remember what I'm doing tomorrow, and then you got the exact times, the exact second all those shows start.
The more organised I can be, the better, you know.
Yeah,
'cause then,
Fair enough,
then I'll
yeah.
make sure I'm there at the right place, the right time. Maddog in the house.
And like me, I'll be half an hour late for a show, but
Mate, you're here. You've made it. You've, interviews going well, and who else are you interviewing today?
just you. I will keep all this set up in case anyone else wants to leap in, but for now you're doing what I've got planned. But of course, it's been a case where other people literally on the day go, Tom, you got anything to do? Oh, sure, why not?
Let's do it. There's plenty of people about. It's going to
Exactly.
be a great day at Wrestle Island here
Yeah.
in our new venue in Rock Ferry. If anyone's down for the next Wrestle Island show, make sure you're here. Peter and Jodie welcome everybody,
Yeah.
and it's been an absolute pleasure to join you today.
Absolute pleasure.
Excellent,
So-
thank you so much. I'll give you your belt back. You are now the champion. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. And new.
So there'll be links for all of Mike's stuff in the description, as well as all the promotions that are listed. Don't know how to remember all that. There'll also be a title on the screen now around Mike's corner. We can go and check out all the stuff. And yeah, thank you for joining me, and I will see you in a bit.
Not a worry.
Peace
at all.
out.
Thank you very much.